I am Ashley Day from the Mulberry Cottage, and I am an ordinary Hoosier.
Here at the store, this is my mom's store. She is the one that created and started it.
After school, after I gotten out of college, I begged my mom, please, can we just have a little bit of clothing? And so she agreed to let me have a small corner.
Yes.
And they went crazy for it.
Yeah, and it just kind of evolved and just got doing better and better. And
My sister does our whole line of jewelry as well as children's accessories. She hand makes all of those. Our florals are all made by my mom and my aunt. The boutique upstairs is all handpicked by myself, and then the Mulberry Minis line is created, designed, and produced 100% by myself and my aunt. The Mulberry Minis line is just so fun. It's so fun and youthful and girly. We love the fact that everything that we have is girly and feminine and yet still appropriate. Appropriate for their age and nothing that's going to be too risque or anything like that, but still they don't feel like they're dressing like a 3-year-old. They still have that fun, elegant style. We were really inspired by our Mulberry Mini line from our clothing from the upstairs because we have so many girls that are just a little bit too young to really be wearing the adult clothing, and so they're just, with the children's stuff, it's just too young for them, so we saw that there was a gap there. And so to fill that gap, we were inspired by the clothing that we already carry. So we wanted to take and make those adult clothes fit the younger girls, so that way they could still be a part of that whole style, but then of course did them in brighter colors because kids love color. We get so many girls that are in here, and the fact that they are just so fun and they want to be like mom. That's the big thing. They want to be like mom and older sister and aunt, and so they just want to share in that style and that experience. And that's the one thing we love about our store, is that moms and daughters and grandmothers all alike can come to one place and shop, but those little ones were feeling left out. So by adding this next size down, we're adding a whole nother generation of girls to be able to shop together, which is so fun. We have only had the line in the store for a couple days. We waited to premiere it at our fashion show, so this is brand new in the store. This is the first week of having it. My aunt and I have been working vigorously for the past 2 or 3 weeks to get it all manufactured and made to be ready for the fashion show where we premiered it. We've had a really good response so far. Like I said, it's just brand new, but everybody's loving the slip dresses. They're loving the fact that they can layer it and that they'll be able to get a lot more longevity out of their little girls' outfits. And like I said, too, just so that they can mix and match it all up, just like mom does with their clothing. And they love the fact that it's lacy and girly. I'm surprised by how many girls that I've gotten that I know personally who are not girly girls, who do not like lace and ruffles, but yet they come in and just fallen in love with the style. And I think that maybe they just didn't have the opportunity to dress in this way before, and now that they do, they're going a little crazy for it. When we look for things for our children's line, we look for things that are going to be comfortable, they're going to be easy for them to wear, easy for them to put on, but are still going to mimic the same kind of style that maybe mom or big sister has. But of course, we do a little bit. We'll take the necklines, bring them up a little bit, make sure that they've got sleeves, things like that, so that way they're still appropriate for them to wear. And they still want to do the layering, so we like to do pieces, so that way they can layer them up just like mom and sister do. After we do that, then we start our pattern making, and we'll do that, cut them out, and then we just get to sewing. One of the biggest challenges that we have is finding the right fabrics. Fabric is always the most important element when it comes to designing an item, in my opinion, because if you have the most beautiful design and you don't have a good fabric, it's just not going to be good. So we look for our fabrics high and low to find just the right ones that will still, like I said, coordinate with our adult line as well. Right now we've got some really fun pieces that can be layered. We've got the slip dresses that they can use to layer with them, and of course our big thing with the slip dresses is that we love that they expand a little girl's clothing line, because the stuff that they have at home, they grow so tall, so quick, and so moms are spending lots of money on clothing. So we like to be able to get them a longevity out of it. So that's where our slip dresses come in. They can extend the use out of them by getting extra length, putting them under dresses from last year. So this is a slip dress. We've got these for our adults as well, and this has become one of our favorite items. We started doing them for the children as well because they can take and layer fun little tops over top of them to piece together a really cute outfit, and they can make it really dressy, but they're really cute all by themselves. We also have a lot of girls that'll take and just put like a denim jacket over top of it. Also, they can take with their dresses from last year that were too short, stick this underneath of it, because these straps are adjustable so they'll grow with them, stick this underneath their dress from last year, and now they can take in all the stuff that was kind of inappropriate for them. They can now bring it back to new life by adding one of these underneath of them. And they also, like I said, they'll just kind of dress it up. A lot of girls are doing them with like a t-shirt and a pair of sneakers, which is so cute too. So they can be dressed up or dressed down. This is my personal favorite one because it's so bright and cheery, and it's a high-low, and it's so adorable. And I love hot pink, and I love it with our gray slip dress underneath of it. That's probably my favorite combo. But if I had to pick for formal wear, so this is my second favorite one, and this one's great for a wedding or for any type of a formal event. And it's got our mocha slip dress underneath of it, and then it's got the beautiful bow and split back detail in the back. So that's another one of my favorites. We were nervous. The first time we did a fashion show, we're like, I'll be happy if 50 people show up. We didn't know what kind of a response we would get, but in my schooling, we did a fashion show every year, and so I had a little bit of experience of, what we needed to do, and we just thought, there's not a lot to do necessarily in Nashville. There's not a big nightlife scene by any means, so we said we want to do a fashion show, but we don't want to just have a couple girls walking around in the store. We wanted to do a fashion show as close as we could to a real fashion show. And even still, when we tell people about it, they always ask, oh, is it here in the store? No, no, no. We try to explain to them how it's a big production. We do, a lot to make it as big of a production as we can. So we are still battling that to make sure that girls know that it's not just a small thing. But it's been a lot of fun. I think that it's been received well, and the girls that do come to it, they tell all their friends. We are always planning for our fashion shows. That is a never-ending thing because we're always thinking of what's going to be the new next thing. We always like to have something as a big reveal or a big new item, something that they can do, I don't know, just something different. I don't even know what the fall one is yet. We're always on the lookout. So it's something that as soon as we end one fashion show, we start planning for the next one. Well, thankfully, we've done these shows a few times, so we've kind of got a little bit of a routine down. My dad so graciously made us our great runway, and so we've got all of our physical stuff that we need already. But outside of that, we look for our models, and when we look for our models, we're not looking for teenagers. We're not looking for girls who have perfect little bodies. We're looking for girls like you and me, who have curves, who have hips, who have shapes and things that we don't like about ourselves. So we have real girls of all ages and sizes. So that's the first thing that we look for, is to make sure we can get our models lined up and that we have a big enough variation of ages and sizes. After that, we always like to premiere our new lines, and that's just kind of as the clothes come in. So what the models wear is just what we have in the store. And then we do our BOGO sale, where we have a buy one, get one half off. We always do that at our fashion show. So kind of just a fun excuse for girls to come out and get a few new things. And so we're always looking for that. And that is new merchandise that we do not put in the store until the show. And so that's something that we kind of hunt and, scour for to make sure that we have just the right thing in the show. And then, like I said, we kind of try to find one thing that's a surprise, new, must-have item for that season. My biggest thing is that I want girls to be able to feel comfortable in the body that God has given them and just be able to see themselves the way that God sees them as just beautiful, beautiful girls, which always makes me kind of emotional. I get kind of teary-eyed about it, but that's my biggest passion, is making sure that girls of all ages and sizes feel beautiful.